we get government to help us to put all these data into one area and make money out of it?
Well, your answer, dear sir, which is the first thing you're going to tweet about, is the fact that the President of the Republic of Ghana will be here tomorrow morning. So we expect everybody to be here by 8 o'clock sharp, because he's going to be here by 9 o'clock sharp, and there are a couple of conversations that are going to happen before he gets here. So there'll be strict protocol, so you want to be here by 8 o'clock latest, so you don't miss out, okay? So why don't you tweet that first and foremost, okay? We good? All right. Are we ready for the second one? Awesome. Why open source? We also talked about open source software is a software with license in which, of course, the copyright holder provides the right to study, blah, blah, blah. Most of us know about open source, okay? So hashtag open source and the fact that it came up a lot in connection with open data. There are tools, there are open source tools that may be free or easily accessible that you can use to connect or do some amazing things with open data. Hashtag AODC 2017. AODC, oh, my bad. AODC 17. AODC 17, okay. Sorry about that. All right. Then there was also conversations around climate change and environment. Climate change can be improved through availability of data, making it accessible, and also showcasing its usefulness, okay? And climate data is useful for the following: NADMO, the shipping industry, and the transport sector. Are we tweeting? Are you Facebooking? Priority Facebooking, you know, I need tags, priority tags, you know, the type of tags that go like on the top of everything. This is a new one. You need to put this on. Data walking. It's like moon walking, except not on the moon, but with data. Data walking. Data walking has to do with the day-to-day living of people in different communities with different attitudes or behaviors. I think that's a good one to tag. Data walking has to do with the day-to-day living of people in different communities with different attitudes or behaviors. Let that trend. There was also conversations around smart agriculture, some of the current knowledges and some of the challenges. So there were terms like TAHMO, T-A-H-M-O, Trans-African Hydro Meteorological Observatory. They also talked about the technical, the educational, and the business issues around that subject. And then there were discussions around spotlight on pen data. Using FOSS, remember what FOSS is? Free open source software systems to contribute to open data. And then creating continental collaboration on OpenStreetMap. By the way, I hear there's a OpenStreetMap party tonight on mobile web data all day long. You want to talk about it? Okay.
We've already speaking about OpenStreetMap this morning. Okay. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Before we leave here, just to inform you that we organize a mapathon. A mapathon is a great mapping time. So it will be from 6 to 11 p.m. We're going to share with you the link of the area. The link of the area. Guy? Is it possible to share the link of the area? Mobile Web Ghana, okay. So it will take place in the Mobile Web Ghana. I don't know if you all know about this place. Okay, thank you.
Mobile Web Ghana is around North Legon, so For information, you can look for Florence. She's back there, Mobile Web Ghana. She'll show you where to go to, or you can ask any of the organizers where to find Mobile Web Ghana. But are they having it on premise or is it online? It's online, so yeah, it doesn't really matter if you find the location.
The location. Yeah, the location is online. We will going to share with you. Yeah.
Are they physically meeting there or they are meeting online?
Meeting physical.
Just to say that if we'll tweet the location right now, so you can see is at Ameklu on Twitter. He will tweet the location so you guys can follow.
So they have to go to the location?
Yeah, you have to go there. You have to go there. For those who want to learn to map.
Will there be food, drinks, entertainment?
Drinks.
Food, item 13. Lots of smile. Ooh, Mobile Web Ghana. You better be there. We talked about software capabilities. Will there be jollof testing? Make it happen. People want to taste jollof. Seriously. Internet of Things, big data and promoting agriculture in Ghana. So we talked about the Internet of Things. We talked about big data. We talked about food and agriculture, like the things that the FAO and the UN are predicting with global population reaching about 8 billion people by 2025 and 9.6 billion people by 2050. What does it mean to us? Can we feed them? Are we going to starve? What are the predictions we can make with the data that's out there? I'm going to invite Jean Holm to come up and give us some highlights. Is Jean around? Is Jean here? Jean. Oh, yeah. So Jean will give us some highlights and then we'll just wrap up, okay? No need to run. It's okay. I'm coming to you.
Thank you. So I just want to thank all of you Twitter users out there and Facebook users. So as Papa said, our hashtag is AODC17, not 2017, just 17. Save a couple of characters. And you'll see, if you go to the next slide, that we are starting to make a big impression. So that's our community picture from yesterday. Those of you who are here, we all stood up and held hands, and we started to form our community. The next slide shows our online community as of this morning. Or in the other direction. There you go. So we're this morning at 2.9 million impressions on Twitter, and I just ran those numbers again, and we are up to 7.1 million impressions. So well done, Team Social Media. And so what it means is that we're reaching people all over the world. In fact, the next slide, I think, will show you that we are actually touching lots and lots and lots of countries. So some of that reflects people who are here but maybe resident in another country. But a lot of it just reflects the fact that people are liking and retweeting from other countries. So people are following us online, people are following the live stream. The things you say in sessions, the things you say here in the main hall are important and are getting shared all across the world. And I think it's really important to be reflective of that. And then the next slide, a little hard to read, but this is just some of the hashtags. So remember, the best way to get free advertising on Twitter is to add another hashtag. So add open data, that's a great hashtag to use. People have been using all kinds of other things. I'm having trouble reading it myself. Data journalism, I bet you that's Winnie Kamal. You're probably guilty for that. We're seeing all kinds of other things. So great work by everybody. What this is reflecting is the kind of things that we're seeing just on Twitter alone. Tomorrow we'll look at some of the Facebook posts as well. So we do have a Facebook group. I know many of you are members, but some of you may not yet be. So look for Africa Open Data Group on Facebook and join us there with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people interested in Africa Open Data. And just a great big thank you to everybody for sharing the 140 character lessons that you're learning here today, but also really the fact that we're building community across the continent and around the world. Thanks.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you. Thanks a lot for that. Oh, you can clap louder if you want. Clap, 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 clap. There we go. I just want to say something quickly about building businesses across borders. There should be assessment of the partner you want to deal with in business. There should be budget setting, which is very important in business across borders. But I think what's most important is we can talk about all these great ideas. We can dialogue about them. We can connect. We can do the research. We can have brilliant solutions. But if you do not know how to tell the story, then all you're going to do is do a lot of talk shows. And so for those of you who came for my session and those of you who will come for my session in the future,